Hey, it's the Nerdy Sports Fan. And we're talking Week 3 NFL action. We've got Seahawks versus Saints. There is no betting line for this game. Yeah, that's what happens when your quarterback injures his throwing hand. The Saints were built to be a dominant Super Bowl team this year. And their quarterback is now out 6 to 8 weeks because of ligament issues in his throwing hand. Can't grip the ball. So, I don't think that is a death sentence for the Saints. I don't. I think good teams like the Seahawks will take advantage of it. I do think the Seahawks win in this game. I got them winning by at least 5. They have their quarterback. The Saints don't. And the Seahawks have a dominant running game. So, whereas the Saints' defense is very good, and now the strength of the team with Brees being injured, if they're on the field all game, we'll see what they're like in the fourth quarter, trying to stop Penny and Carson. Because I think both of those guys are going to have themselves a game because of just trying to run the football to death against this defense. So, Penny's a flex, Carson's a running back 2. Tyler Lockett is a desperation start at wide receiver. Michael Thomas is a wide receiver 3, maybe. I mean, he's the number 1 option for this offense, but we don't know what the offense is really going to look like with a Bridgewater-led team, knowing that he is the starter for a week of practice. Sean Payton is no dummy. He's very good on the offensive side. He will concoct a creative game plan that suits Bridgewater well. He still has Taysom Hill as an option to mix in more dynamic play. So I don't see... Well, I see why Vegas doesn't have a betting line on this game, essentially, because the Saints are still a good team. They still have plenty of reasons why you think they can win. It's just week 1 of what they're doing without Brees, so it's much more likely for a consistent team like Seattle to take care of business here, and that's what I see happening. So start both Seattle running backs. Carson's a running back 2, Penny's a flex. I don't put any Seattle wide receivers out there because of that. I don't put Russell Wilson out there. I think this is going to be a run-centric game because that's all they need against a Saints team that doesn't have Drew Brees. Michael Thomas is the only start option right now. Well, you put Kamara in there too, obviously. Michael Thomas and Kamara, they're just not number 1 options without Brees. They're number 2, number 3 options without Brees. But they're still plenty talented. They still have a good scheme. They're going to get their points. Just, they're not going to top it out, right? You're not getting 20 plus out of these guys. You're getting like 10 to 12. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Saints fans, that your fantasy football team is now ruined because of Brees' injury. But you're going to see what the team is like against a good team this week, and that'll help you gauge whether or not you should be still thinking playoffs for when Drew Brees comes back. Personally, I think the Saints win enough games to still be in playoff contention and run for a Super Bowl when Brees does come back. This just isn't the game. The Seahawks are a very good team, and they're not going to lose to a Saints team without Drew Brees.